Don't shake up your juice, man. What if juice gets everyone on our gorgeous set?
We are back. We are back, and this is our podcast. And hello, audience. And you're doing?
I've never heard you sound...
What? Why are you giggling, man?
I don't know.
No. Why?
I was shocked.
Is it at me
by
or with
your
me?
jovialness.
I'm just happy to be back in the blue room. That's what I call it, where we are. Because it's all blue, right? Audio listeners, it's all blue.
Shut up. I'm talking.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm talking. Shut up.
That was quite an early one.
Well, I
You
just...
didn't even wimble-womble for that long, man.
Look, you just started rambling about the room being blue and I was sick of it.
You could... Oh, well, all right. Okay. Right, you do the intro then. You be Mr. Host.
We are back.
Fucking hell. Wow, yeah.
Exactly.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
I felt the energy. Let me
We're
sit
back
up a little bit.
We're back in the podcast stew. That's what we call the studio. The stew.
We get rid of the Dio around here.
Yep. Ooh. Hope Time Dio's okay with that. He's a little friend of ours, a little niche reference for anyone wondering. Anyway, calling someone niche isn't kind.
All right, let's get back on track.
Sorry.
Let's...
I did a nasty thing by accident. We're back. We're having fun.
How you doing, man?
I'm feeling good.
No, you're not, because I know you're feeling a bit ill, because we talked about that.
we're both actually a little bit ill, aren't we?
I too am.
It's the winter period. The cold and flu virus is spreading.
December's over. Oh, it's going to be summer tomorrow. And then here comes bastard January, and you're like, oh, no. And then just when you think January's going to be done, it's February.
And I know what everyone's thinking. If you just gotten your vaccines, Tom and Jack, you wouldn't be feeling so sick. No, I'm not being fooled
that's
again.
That's not true. That's not true. We love getting vaccines.
I'm not being fooled again.
Ignore it. I've actually had the vaccine 7 times. I love the hits. Right then, if you didn't know, we got some new listeners in this. I know we have new listeners in this podcast because I'm going to title it really well. So we have some new listeners.
New faces.
We have some new faces, ears in today. And now, new ears, that's what we call them. Like, do you know in prison when they call them fresh meat? New ears.
Welcome, new ears.
Hey, new ears. We open this podcast with a couple of segments, right? And this is my worst moment of the week, and then Jack's worst moment of the week. Worst, kind of jovial, more like most frustrated moment of the week.
For
not what,
nearly 6 months.
Do you know what? If I had like a depressive episode, I'm not going to say that. It's not really that good, is it? But more like most frustrated moment, really. This is our worst moment of the week, and I'm going to start with mine.
Oh, all right then.
Do you know, Jack? It was a classic worst moment.
Did you pee yourself?
Huh?
That tends to be your classic moment.
It was a classic. Not so bad, but there was nothing good about it. All right?
Oh, sure. I feel that.
As few worse moments start, I was dancing. I was dancing around the kitchen. I was feeling
Were you
myself.
dancing in your own kitchen?
I dance all the time.
Were you dancing with Erin and Harry?
I was dancing alone.
Your housemates?
I think Erin was upstairs on call with his parents, and Harry was out. I was dancing around, and I was about to start making my curry. I was feeling real good. It was dinner time.
Yeah.
And I go to grab my curry jar, and I drop it, and curry goes everywhere.
Oh.
All over the kitchen floor. But
did it smash or did it just spill?
Smashed everywhere?
Oh, shit.
But
the glass is mixed in the curry.
The worst moment of the week was that I looked at it. I had no idea what to do or where to begin with this problem. And I properly I stun-locked, man. I went, oh my God, I don't. And so for about 2 minutes, I just stood still, staring at this pile of curry on the floor, thinking, I don't even know how I go about it.
Yeah, because you can't wipe it up because of the glass.
Because there's big bits of glass, and then there's itty-bitty bits of glass, and then there's fucking loads of curry as well. But also the curry's staining the floor, so I got to be quick. And I just was...
Oh, was it korma?
It was jalfrezi.
Ooh.
And I was just stood there, and I just thought, I nearly gave up.
I really... Wait, how did you... Because I'm thinking about it. Because first...
I'll show you an image.
I know the first step. You pick up the big bits of glass.
Look, listen
I'm
to
there.
this.
I've got that.
And this is a sound I made. I just thought, you know what I'll do? I'll film it. So I filmed it. You can't show this on the podcast. God forbid I'll reveal my kitchen floor.
Oh, that
massive. Look,
there's something I don't... Oh, why did you make that noise?
I groaned because I didn't know. So what I did was...
I didn't like that picture at all. Quickly, You know, actually, no, you tell your story first, but afterwards I have to trauma dump.
Yeah, you can't interrupt a story with a story. That's not how stories
Sorry, I'll
work.
trauma dump afterwards then, shall I?
That would be narratively wrong.
All right, well, you tell your bit first.
Thank you. But yeah, so what I did was I got loads of tissue and then I picked up the bits of glass and then Aaron came in and went, what the fuck? Well, I texted Aaron the word help. And he went, what? And I said, help me. And then he came downstairs on call with his mum and his whole family and they just sort of laughed at me as I sat on the floor. His mum went, the fall from grace. And I was like, all right, give it a rest. Sorry.
Even Aaron's mum saying you fell off.
Can't just be slagging off Aaron's mum, right? That's not very nice. I'm not even, do you know what I mean? Anyway, but no, I picked it all up and then I got Hoover and hoovered up the little bits of glass and then I got antibac and wiped it. But I put on shoes as well. I was doing it.
Yeah, how do you hoover? Do you hoover up the curry as well?
No. You pick up the curry and you sort of put it to the side and you hoover. Once you've done all the curry, that's when you do a hoover and get all the little bits of glass. And then you do a wipe down of the curry.
Wow, well done. That would have been daunting.
But
I would have
Aaron
also just
suggested
froze.
all those things. There were so many steps, man. And I was just stood there thinking, fuck me, there's like in any other, and because I'd just been home as well, I'd think I'd shout mum, I'd shout anything, I'd be like, someone else has got to deal with this. And I properly went, oh my God, I'm going to have to do something that I don't want to do. And that was heartbreaking. And
so your worst moment of the week was dealing with something you didn't want to have to deal with?
Because I dropped it because I was dancing. And it killed my groove too. I didn't dance for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and it looked harrowing. But maybe that's because of the one time and this is a quick story.
Is
so
this your
don't worry.
trauma dump?
Yeah, well, I looked at that picture of your kitchen floor that you took in a moment of panic. It reminded me of the video my brother took on the morning. Shouldn't laugh, this was a terrible morning. One morning before school, I was woken up to my dad shouting, can I have a bit of help, please? Well, that's weird. That's not how he wakes me up. He usually shouts breakfast. And what he'd done is he reached to grab a glass for water and dropped it, much as you had. But he'd tried to catch it, but it smashed as he tried to catch it. So he accidentally cut his wrist. And like really cut his wrist in the sort of like you die way. So he was like, ah! And we had to phone an ambulance and like he was fine in the end, but you bleed a lot.
Oh.
And my brother, in like a bit of a, after my dad had been carted off in the ambulance, was just blood everywhere. So as any sane person would, he just filmed it. And my brother's got this video that we're not going to share because it's really minging, of just the kitchen with pools of blood.
Oh.
And I saw that big red stain after a big smash and I got sent back.
You got teary-eyed.
It was like horrible.
Jesus
My
Christ.
dad lived, by the way.
Thank God, that's a bit upsetting.
It was a bit weird day. It was a weird day at school because my brother's mate's dad was the paramedic who came and saved my dad's life. So my brother had to go to school and see his mate and be like, "Oh, your dad was around this morning saving my dad's life." It's a weird conversation.
I think I'm gonna like wear long sleeves.
Yeah, I don't know if that would help.
Would against glass, obviously. Glass isn't that strong.
Well,
what's your worst moment?
Yeah, that was my worst moment of this week because that was years ago. This week it was a bit
Hang on,
less.
let's do it properly. Jack, what's
sorry.
your worst moment of the week?
I'm so glad you asked, Tom, for our first segment, Tom. I'd probably
Still got
say it happened last night. Last night, I woke up
fresh.
for
Not even
the first time.
24 hour.
And trust me, this really will gear up for the rest of the episode.
All right.
I woke up at 6:30. For most, this may seem a reasonable time to awaken, but I just streamed and hadn't gotten to bed till like 1 a.m. So
5 hours 30 of
yeah,
sleep.
not much sleep.
Oh, gee.
Wake up at 6:30.
Still running on that.
I'll explain.
All right.
I woke up 6:30. Need to pee. I was like, oh, fuck it. And you know, sometimes you sort of like, can I ride this through? Do I really need to pee? But I was like, no, I gotta get up. Get up. I get woken up because one of my cats is like really like, oh, he's awake. And she's got my ankles going, meow, and just wanted to have, for me to pick her up and stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying to pee, man. Got my cock in my hands. Can you stop rubbing up against my legs? But you know, whatever. You do what you have to. So I pee.
Sorry, what did you have to do? That was unclear. What
Just
the resolution.
continue to pee while my cat rubs against my legs because the stream had started. I couldn't stop.
Sure.
It hurts. You ever had to stop peeing midstream?
Don't even ask me about that.
It really hurts.
You know that I've had to stop peeing
Oh
midstream.
yeah, you used to do your little
for
dance.
months.
Sorry, yeah.
That I had to, so I could
for bladder
heal
training.
my bladder. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So anyway, pissed, and I went to get back in bed. And you know, not like a sore throat, but you know when like you sort of kind of the upwards bit of your throat that sort of connects to your nose was just sore. just started stinging a bit. Like I just didn't feel right. My nose was a bit blocked. I'm like, oh, I feel a bit ill. But whatever. I'm like, I'm a fucking grown man. I can go back to sleep. No, I couldn't. Laid in bed 3 hours. I laid in bed trying to get back to sleep. I had my alarm set for 9:30. Didn't sleep a wink. So I I think I slept like maybe another half an hour. I think I got an extra half an hour in at 9. I think I finally got back to sleep. But I couldn't sleep after I woke up at 6:30. And I just felt ill. But I was like sort of half asleep and delusional. And I'd been watching Squid Games before bed. So I was laying there trying to sleep. And every time I almost got half asleep, I'm like, I'm going to lose the game. Because I wrote down. So this is why it prefaces
I was going to
the episode.
say this isn't. This
I
is a
wrote
bit
down
shit.
all my podcast topics for today in that at 7:30 after an hour of trying to get back to sleep and failing.
Yeah.
I went, I'm just going to write my topics. So I wrote my worst moment word for word, this moment in the moment. I wrote it down. I wrote,
Scared meta.
woke up at 6 to pee with a sore throat and couldn't get back to sleep for an hour. Plus, full stop. There's a plus and a full. It really is poorly written. Plus, full stop. I'm half awake, RN, so I keep thinking I need to win the game. I couldn't sleep because the stress of the game was really getting to me. And I didn't want to wake Eleanor up because it was the middle of the night, but I really did want someone to tell me that the game wasn't real.
I would have just woke up Eleanor.
Yeah, but you're selfish in a way that I'm not.
It's very true.
So I just struggled. But yeah, I had a horrible night's sleep and I feel ill and I feel shit. But really, the main crux of this story is that the rest of the topics for this episode were all written in the midst of thinking I had to win the game. So there's some really normal things. There was clearly some of me was there, but there's some interesting one. For example, I'll just kick it off.
Yeah, please.
The first thing I had written down after I thought I should write my podcast topics, other than the worst moment, was new game. It's a new segment, everybody. New game. Worst thing that could happen to your penis right now. What is
you
it,
want
man?
me to play your game?
Yeah, new game. Tell me, what's the worst thing that can
explodes, probably.
No, but that can't happen.
Could.
No, I'm talking realistic.
I have penile explosion, mate.
You don't. That's not real. Don't scare me.
No, but it's like brain aneurysm. I have a penis aneurysm.
I don't think you can have them.
Do you know about brain aneurysms? I'll freak you out, man.
I do know about brain aneurysms. It's very scary, but I don't think you can have a penile one.
Okay, probably I have a brain aneurysm then, because it would
That's not your penis.
It would affect my penis.
No,
because my penis would die too.
You're lucky because I actually wrote down my answer. So this is
you
how
want to talk about your willy at like 6
No, this
a.m.
is how meta I was. I knew that when I asked this, I'd be sat in the podcast chair. So I closed my eyes and I put myself in the podcast chair. And I thought, all right, I'm on the podcast set. What's the worst thing that could happen to my penis right now? And I decided it was mic arm failure. Somehow the mic arm fails
just falls
and
into
all
you.
the weight of the peanut, the microphone, falls directly
But
on
this
my
isn't
crotch.
that heavy of a mic.
It
thing
would
at all.
no, but if it fell from this height now on my penis,
probably I have a drink. Drop it.
but the mic's in the way. You see it like on your
drop
inner
it with a bit
thigh.
of swing.
Oh,
Swing
that'll
it.
do it.
You say let's play catch.
Oh,
catch
actually,
the
yours might be
cup.
worse because the liquid would go on your peen.
No, my worst
be
thing
wet
that could
and
happen
sore.
would be that I'd catch it on my fly. You never done that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, this is like, what a horrible topic. Why are we doing this?
That was what I wrote down.
The worst thing that
when
could
I was
happen-
trying to
not
win
even
the
your
games.
crotch, just your penis.
Well, really, the thing is, it really means your penis and balls.
Okay, well then it would be testicular torsion. Would be the worst thing that could happen right now. It would be testicular torsion.
Yeah, fair enough. You would know.
Yeah, you can't overpower that. It hurt like hell. I saw God.
That, or if all the trousers on Earth disappeared, so then we were sat here
Yeah,
naked.
I'm so sorry to new ears. This is such a shit opening.
This is
not
what I wrote
This is
down.
not a permanent. Okay, no. Let's get back to what we typically do, which is little stories and anecdotes that have happened over the
This
past
is a
week.
story.
This
I
is terrible.
thought of this
New
as-
ears. I'm so sorry about him, my co-host. Right, here's one that happened that I didn't talk about last week, but I'm ready to talk about. Do you know my mum? Yeah, when I went
I
up
know her,
to
yeah.
Nottingham for Christmas, she keeps telling me for weeks she's done up my bedroom.
Mm.
Go, oh, cool, all right. She's done up my bedroom. I go, all right. I get home. Oh, knackered Jack after long travel. I go upstairs, go to my bedroom. It's not my bedroom anymore, Jack.
What?
It's first of all, it's not called a bedroom anymore. It's called the boudoir.
What the fuck?
The bedroom has
What the fuck is a boudoir? Wait,
the
backtrack.
boudoir, and it looks like a 1940s like prostitutes hangout. And you go in there, mate.
A brothel, I think that's
It looks
called.
like a fucking brothel, mate. And you go in, it's got a huge zebra print on the wall. And then all the cupboard, you know those white cupboards that are behind me in all my videos? They're bright pink and have all the front of the cupboard taken off. And then the bed is bright, and it's all just bright, hot pink.
Why is it pink?
I don't know. It's hot pink and zebra print everywhere. And I had some rough night's sleep in
Did
the
you
boudoir.
fall out with your mum? I would have done. I would have been pissed off.
It's not my room anymore. I've got my room.
It
I've
is.
got
Your
3
childhood
rooms,
room is
mate.
forever your room.
No, it's not, mate.
Mine is.
That's very selfish.
No, it isn't. They don't need it.
That's selfish in a way that it could be your mum's office room.
She
Could be-
works
it could be
in
your
her
mum's-
office at her work.
Could
where
be
she
your
works.
mum's boudoir.
Fuck off, can my mum have a boudoir? She doesn't need a brothel. Just
It's
because your
not-
mum has a
it's
dirty
like-
sex room now.
Don't! How dare you?
You described it as a dirty sex room.
Yeah, for 1940s women, not my mum. It's like a drag queen's dressing room.
Oh. Why did you describe it as a dirty sex room
It
then?
also is a dirty sex
Why is your
room.
mum a drag? Is she a drag queen now?
No,
Did
she
she-
just has a dressing room of one. It's a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
The boudoir is a lot, and
Why is there a bed in there?
there's a
then?
huge mirror, and it feels like being in a hotel. So I'd have to every night I put a sheet over the mirror as to empower myself. I had some lions where the hope of this world had left me.
Yeah, I'd be pissed off with my mum.
I wasn't pissed off with my mum. I thought I have a lovely room in Brighton now. I have 2 rooms and 3.
But I like
if
having
you
my
count the
room
blue
at home, where when I feel lost and when I feel afraid, I can go back and be held in the embrace of a familiar comfort. And you don't have that anymore. Now you've just got
Okay,
pink
here we
and
go,
zebra
Here we
print.
go. It's different for me now.
Oh yeah, I suppose nothing's the same when you go back. Yeah.
Okay, no, we're leaving those jokes last year, man.
I
We're
wasn't
leaving
gonna.
those jokes
I
last
wasn't
year.
even gonna make it.
We're
and
not
you set me up.
joking about divorce. We're
put the
not
ball in
joking
the
about
tee and expected me
ex-girlfriend.
not to swim.
And we're not joking about Technoblade. Well, Techno only if it's really good. The other 2 we're leaving behind, all right?
You teed me up.
Didn't he?
You served me the ball and expect me not to hit it with my racket, with my comedic racket, of which I'm skilled. I'm like comedy's Andy Murray
Shut the fuck up,
or
man.
Serena Williams.
Who's that?
Tennis players.
Jack,
Oh.
ADHD assessment. Well,
I feel-
I'm
that
obviously
feels
not-
like a dig halfway through my weird analogy about tennis.
I'm like, that's the next point, Jack. I'm obviously, it's not
Yeah,
really
it-
for me to talk about.
So I had my ADHD assessment. It's not concluded yet. I have my results tomorrow.
Well, I actually, just to show everyone that I am a good friend, I actually rang Jack.
You
so I
called
already
me.
know a bit about it.
You called me,
Did
didn't you?
twice. Do you know what I mean? On my own clock.
On your own time.
On
You
my
called
own
me.
time, I called you twice.
You
with
called me.
No benefit to me or
No,
mine.
you called me to see how I was doing.
called you the night of, and then I called you again in Nottingham.
You did?
Why? Why, Jack? Because I'm a bloody good friend, I reckon.
Yeah, it was kind of you. It was. It was very
Possibly.
nice.
Did anyone else call you to ask about it? No.
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 Oh, well, my mum. My
Do you know what I
mum
mean?
did.
Of course she did. Do you know what I mean? She keeps your bloody room, the sentimental old bastard. Of course she gets checks in.
But well, old was a bit of a dig. She's not even 50 yet.
How old is she?
49.
Oh, okay. Cracking on.
No. Don't you dare say that about my mother.
49 is great. My mum's 51. Or 50, maybe.
I think she's 50.
Is she 50?
She's 50, right?
51.
Oh, she's 51. Okay. You
How
know
would
better
I
than me.
know? Do you know what I mean? It's not my, I'm not sentimental like your
Anyway,
mum.
yeah, my ADHD
Neither's my
assessment.
mum.
Come on, I should be the one getting distracted as no,
Well, bloody
spoilers for the
talk
assessment.
about it then.
Spoilers for the assessment. I passed.
Is it a pass?
Flying colours.
Hang on,
I passed
is it a
with.
pass or is it a fail, really?
Look, the thing the test was looking for, I had it. Let's put it that way. I'm not officially on diagnosed yet. You know, I'm not recognised by the government or anything. But that's tomorrow. That's actually tomorrow that all happens.
Really?
Yeah, I get the final consultation and results tomorrow. But they do the assessment on a different call. I did it remotely, and they basically say, like, obviously it's not finalised yet, but like I have the results here, and I can tell you.
What does she say? What does she ask you in this assessment?
Oh, there's all sorts of questions.
Why don't you try and remember one?
The big one, the one that made her go, this might be, we could probably stop the assessment here. She didn't, because that would be unprofessional, but she made that joke and it made me, it was lighthearted and fun in the moment. But she said, she asked me the question, she said, when you're not doing anything, do you feel like do you feel guilty? Do you feel like you should be doing something? And I sat with that one for a bit of a while, and I was like, "What do you mean not doing something?" And she went, "What?" I was like, "I'm never not doing something. I'm always doing something. Why would I ever not do something?" I couldn't I was like, it was like a completely foreign concept. This idea of doing nothing. I'm always doing something.
Never just sit for a bit.
If I just sit, I'm like thinking very intensely, and to the point where that feels like the thing I'm doing. Like I have something to unpack that I'm really thinking about.
You never just sit and don't think really hard.
No, if I'm just sat and not thinking really hard, I'd be doing something. Like I'd be on my phone, or I'd be watching a TV, or like, even if it's like a relaxing task, I'd be like playing a game. Like I'm doing something. Like my full attention is focused on a thing.
Fucking hell.
Like I never just sit. So I was like, no, because I just couldn't understand this like alien concept of not doing anything. So I was like, no, I don't know what to say to that. And she sort of joked and was like, I think you've said enough.
Wow.
So that one was like a big interesting one. And they make you do a lot of reflecting on when you're a kid. There's like a lot of questions about like when you're a kid and then now.
Yeah.
And so this is the results. I'll tell you my results. Basically, they come back. Obviously, this needs to be finalised. This could change. They've told me. They've assured me this could change. But on the preliminary look on the day, I appear to have severe, and that's the first word they say, and you go, ooh, should have got this shit sorted sooner. Severe mixed type ADHD, which is there's 2 types by both of them.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, but just so you know, when I was a kid, I actually appeared only to have 1 type, so it's only gotten worse. Which isn't true. That's not actually how it works. It doesn't get worse. It's more that the structure of school and education really suited me as a kid. So all my inattentive symptoms were masked. That's what they said.
Wow. I was just gonna
but
say
now I lack routine because of this stupid job we have where there's no structure in it. I just play games and dot about. Apparently all my inattentive symptoms have they've not gotten worse, they just present themselves. And like in like life, when I was growing up, my mum did a lot of like my sort of, she helped me with like, I don't know, remembering things. Like I'll leave things behind a lot of the time, or like forget things and stuff, and
or be late.
I'll be late. And my mum was very like, oh, you need to leave now, or you'll be late, or don't forget that thing, or hey, like I had someone, I saw the part of my brain that doesn't exist that should be telling me these things internally was replaced by a woman.
That sentimental old bastard. You know what I mean?
She watches every single one of these, you know.
Does she really?
Every single one.
Oh, sorry.
On the big TV too. I got a TV for Christmas. And now they're going to be watching it on their big new TV I got them for Christmas.
I've got your gran on Facebook.
Do you?
Direct.
Oh my God, you do.
She sent me a Facebook ad, so I do. So it's all right.
Oh, Christ.
She's one of my friends.
That's nice. That's nice that you've added my she's my granny. But anyway, yeah, so,
Sorry, just to make things better with the manifolds there.
He's granny's friend. We can't be annoyed at him. No, but yeah, severe mixed type ADHD was what they told me. But again, the lady assured me that, upon her closer inspection, I could drop down to moderate.
Curse fucking hell. So what do you do next?
Well, I think that's what I find out tomorrow. I think that's where they start talking to me about like...
Are you going to take them...
the normal pills?
Oh no, we were doing so well.
Maybe I'll take some normal pills.
Are you going to take meds?
I might. I think if they offer me them, I'll definitely give them a go. I'm not overly confident in their... Well, so ADHD meds, I learned... Because they tell you all about how your brain... Like, why your brain... Like, they don't just say, oh, you've got these symptoms, of which I think, yeah, like, being severe, by the way, meant that, like, the severity isn't to do with the impact. It's to do with how many symptoms you have. And I think, like, 18 they categorized them as. I think I had, like, 14 or 15 or something like you know, like
Bloody hell.
pretty much all of them. And they were like, where we go?
Forgetfulness.
yeah, and they explain why,
Small.
but they tell you why you've got them. Sorry, they say you've got them.
Stumbling too.
They say you've got them, but then they sort of go into like why, and there's like two main reasons, and like one of them is the frontal lobe of the brain is underdeveloped, so my frontal lobe's all off, which is the bit that does apparently when you get a task, before you do a task, right, your brain like subconsciously works out how to do the task. You know the thing with the curry, when you drop the curry and you couldn't figure out what like how to tackle it.
Yeah.
Like your brain sort of does that with everything. Like if you want to go have a piss, like it's like, all right, I've got to stand up, go to the bathroom, unzip my trousers, pee. Like there's like a bit of your brain that subconsciously does that, and that's in the frontal lobe. But if your frontal lobe's underdeveloped, you just have a harder time like when you look at tasks, breaking them down. So when I get a thing they call like executive dysfunction, which is where I want to do a thing, but I can't do it.
Worst kind of executive, isn't it, that? Because you don't even make loads of money. Just a little joke. Just we gone a little while without a joke, so I thought I'd...
No, it's all no.
Get one in
I
there,
mean,
yeah.
you're the comedian.
I
at the end of the day.
knew how to do that task because of my fucking wicked frontal lobe. Anyway,
But
continue.
yeah, my sort of puny frontal lobe apparently struggles if I have a big task comprised of lots of parts. I just, like you did with the curry, I just go, I don't know how, and I just and like you did with the curry, I just stop.
Yeah, stop using me as an example. Though.
Well, you know,
I don't have it though.
When you described the curry earlier, I was like, that's perfectly
That's
it.
one symptom. 16 more to go. You know what I mean?
Well,
So-
exactly. But yeah, that's what causes that. And then the other one is low dopamine. So your brain, one of the chemicals it needs to send messages is dopamine. And I don't
trust me, I hear all about this dopamine. It's just
another zinger, Tom.
just
Anyway,
people, just people talk about it, don't they?
yeah,
That was more of a fact,
oh,
but
okay.
it was poorly timed.
It's all right.
Sorry.
But they basically were like, yeah, if your brain's low on dopamine, then it can't actually send the messages it needs because like it's like trying to write with no ink. Like it's like nothing's gonna happen. So it's like you have to do the reason I'm so fidgety and stuff is like I'm generating a base level of dopamine. I'm generating a base level of dopamine to then allow my brain to send correct signals. So I
Yeah.
have to like be doing things that generate dopamine or my brain don't work. And like like literally, this is the crazy thing. I'm not just like an idiot. Like my brain literally doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah, that's like it's a weird thing to be told. It's like, sometimes when you want to do something, your brain doesn't work. So you're trying to do tasks without a brain.
Do you know what they should make? Is like a little like clamp that you put on your finger or your foot or something, and it slowly massages you, and it gives you enough dopamine.
I think if that worked, they would have done it already. I think they made fidget cubes. I think fidget cubes were like the
Everyone's
closest
thinking
thing.
of shit like me.
But I think what actually they made was drugs that I think specifically it's stimulant drug. I think it's amphetamine. I think ADHD medication is just amphetamines. But I might be wrong there. This is where like I'm not
You're uneducated, man.
I'm not completely educated. I know some, not all. But it's a stimulant, and basically it stimulates your frontal lobe, which for most people would make them like cocaine's a stimulant. That would make you pretty crazy. But for someone with an underactive frontal lobe, will just make you more normal. And then it also helps with the dopamine, I believe. But anyway, all this to say, the pills, that's why they work. They make your brain function in a way that's normal, which is good. But they are also just still stimulants. And I don't know if you remember a couple podcasts ago,
Of course I remember.
stimulants, specifically caffeine, don't really work with me.
No.
And just give me really, really bad anxiety. And one of the things that people say about ADHD meds is I think Jacksepticeye said this on his episode. They just sometimes give people really bad anxiety. And given my track record,
Did he say that before or after he kicked the cameraman's head?
But given my track record, I'm not like very confident that I'm not just going to end up really anxious. So I'm going to try meds, but I'm guessing that the conclusion will be I feel really anxious and I don't want to do them. So I'm probably gonna, but I'll try. And then after that, I think it's just like counselling and stuff that they
Fidget
offer you.
cube as well.
Maybe a fidget cube.
Shut up, I'm talking
I've-
fidget cubes.
Maybe we'll sell them.
Do you know what I mean?
But I'm gonna. That's all. That'll all be revealed on the next podcast because they're telling me all tomorrow.
I
So,
had coffee with Jacksepticeye yesterday.
did you really?
Yeah.
How come?
Dunno,
Just for fun?
He just messaged saying, let's get a coffee. I said, of course, man.
Was he just trying to market his coffee?
No, he just had a nice little chat.
And
nice catch
He didn't want to punch you or anything.
It was really weird because the waitress went, here's your coffee. And he took a sip and went, it's not hot enough. And then threw it on her.
And it clearly was because it melted her skin off. It was so scalding.
I don't know how hot. He likes them hot, does that Jacksepticeye? He likes them hot.
That's what I heard.
I think I just called him Jepticeye.
That's what
Anyway.
that's what he calls him when he goes for coffee with him.
Yeah. Guess
Yeah,
what
anyway.
I did?
What did you do?
Horse riding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How was
man.
that?
When you get there, you're thinking, you know what? I'm glad I'm being a bit of representation because there's no men here. There's only women there. And I got there
That's
thinking,
weird because aren't most of the jockeys in like the horse? Now I only know horse racing
Hey,
from
hey.
betting and gambling, but
okay, we'll just pause
aren't
for a
most of the
second.
jockeys men?
Okay, that was another ADHD cutting me off. That's 6.
That is one of them actually.
Yeah,
That is one of them. Well done.
bad work. But let's get you them pills, eh? But but I no, yeah. So you get in there thinking, why are there only women? You get on the horse, you're riding around. First of all, you're thinking, this is a fucking beast I'm on top of. I'm like, I feel like
You've tamed a bit. That
you
is
really feel masculine.
I've never thought.
And then you get on this beast, right? And it's fucking bigger than you are. It could kill you. And you sort of hop on awkwardly. And they go, to make it move, guess what you do? How do you think you make a horse move? You thump it in the side with your legs. The harder you thump it, the quicker it goes. This poor beast, it don't matter. It's a beast. It does what it wants. So you're on it. The horse I was on every so often pulled forward. You're going, all right. And then the lady goes, right, you walk in. It's amazing. I'm feeling like, oh my God. And they go, right, we're going to do a trot now. Trot is where it goes like this. Starts trotting and then goes, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. You go, oh, well, fucking, and this is one of them coaches, by the way.
Wait, you have to do that. You have to sit down.
This
Why?
woman, because, well, I didn't do it properly.
Oh.
Oh my God. Was it the fucking bollock destroyer?
Oh, were you
Oh
out of
my-
rhythm?
I
So
was
as he
out
was
of
going
rhythm.
up, you going down
Go-
and just slamming your balls.
Oh my God. And you go, well, that's why there's no men here, because it's fucking torture. And I'm
Yeah.
on this horse. He's called Mr. Darcy was the horse I was on.
Mr. Dar-
And Mr.
Christ
Darcy was
alive.
fucking destroying my
It's
testicles.
posh shit, innit? Horse riding.
Come on, it was in Nottingham, you know what I mean?
It's Mr. Darcy.
Anyway,
It's posh
he
shit,
was
man.
absolutely destroying, just trying to give me another fucking torsion, this dickhead. So I was pretty upset after that. And then they take us round, and I'm like, okay, cool. And this is one of them instructors where they say what's happening as it happens. So then they went, all right, now we're going to go downhill, so lean back. And then you have to like lean back on this horse, or else you die. And then I was like really into it, so I kept trying to do what they do in the movies and going, whoosh, hiya, hiya, whoosh, and it does nothing.
Yeah.
The horse don't even care when you fucking whoosh. Oh, go boy. I've got a video of me just going, go boy, go boy. There's nothing happened. So that was disappointing. But yeah.
So did you enjoy it or not? I can't
Oh
tell.
yeah, I loved it. I'm gonna go again. I'm not gonna do any of that trotting. I'm only gonna walk.
What about a gallop?
Fuck a gallop, mate. It was, and they go so quick too, and you can fall off them, and you think if they want to kill you, they just kill you. They're terrifying bastards, but I love them.
I never felt any appeal in it because, as I said, it was posh shit. But then you
Shut
You
up,
sort
posh
of-
shit, mate. You went to Currysby SeaWorld and walked out with a fucking telly.
where the fuck else was I supposed to buy a telly?
an
you gimp?
expensive telly that you didn't go in there for, an expensive microwave, and I
No,
can't
I didn't
remember
go
the
in
other
for the
bits.
telly.
Can't remember the other bits, but our avid podcast listeners will be able to.
I
leave
went
them
in for the
comments.
telly.
You do posh shit all the time. Shut up,
That's
man.
not posh shit. That's rich shit.
You do posh shit.
You can be rich and not posh, Tom. I'm salt of the earth rich.
Took a minute to register because I thought he can't have just said that, but you did.
Yeah, I'm salt of the earth rich, Tom. I buy things like beer machines,
Oh
right?
Christ!
Big telly. You know, the sort of shit that if you're really really working class uncle got rich,
Say
he'd
really
buy.
poor. You're gonna say really poor.
I meant working class, which is different to poor.
You're not working class anymore.
No,
You're
but
not.
I share the values.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You can't. No, you don't.
I'm a working class man, weren't rich.
No, you're not.
And I love the same shit. What you are is a posh boy. Riding horses
Shut
and
up, Jack.
riding horses and sleeping in your fucking brothel or whatever it was called. You've gone posh,
You have
Tom.
3 Alexas in your house.
5.
5. Fuck off, you posh twat.
That's not posh.
Yes, it is.
That's techie, man.
Shut up, man. You're so posh.
Posh riding. They call it posh riding. That's how posh it is. You know?
Anyway.
Next, you gotta start shopping at Waitrose Unlike me, who
I
doesn't.
already shop at
I
Waitrose.
shop at Waitrose as well. It's a great store. Really is good. Really great value, actually.
Really good value.
Yeah. Oh, apparently you had a squirrel betrayal.
Why are you saying squirrel wrong?
That's how it's spelt. Squirrel.
Oh, don't make fun of me for my spelling, man. If I had dyslexia and you didn't know, that would be super wrong. I don't.
You just took the piss out of me for having ADHD for the past like 5 minutes, and it's fresh.
Oh,
it's
shut
fresh
up.
too.
It doesn't matter the freshness
It's fresh.
of it.
It's fresh. It still hurts me.
Okay, 7 symptom, being too loud.
That is one of them.
Really?
Yeah. One of the questions they asked me was, "Have you always been told you're very loud?"
Yeah.
I went, "Yeah." I didn't even know. I didn't realize that was the thing. But
Do you know
apparently,
what I mean? I'm not even having to work very hard. I'm figuring them out. All right. Yeah, get this, man. You know these squirrels that I love, yeah?
I know much about the squirrels.
If you don't know, stop making fun of me.
Sorry.
If you don't know this, yeah, I like hanging about in this park and hanging out with these squirrels. They're lovely lads.
Yeah.
And I went, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was beginning of the year. I was like, I need a bit of loving right now, you know? It's beginning of the year. You think all your problems are going to go away when it turns 2025. Turns out it's just another day.
Yeah.
So you go to this park and I'm thinking, oh, okay, you know, I see this one squirrel. And I go to feed him and he does this amazing thing I've never seen a squirrel do before, where he jumps out, puts his hands on my hand and takes the nut out of my finger and he balances on me. He uses me for balance. He depends on me. And I felt great. And he did that once. And I was like, oh my God, that just warmed my heart, you know, a little scratchy, but I didn't mind. And I do it again. He does it. He thwacks the nut out my hand. And then he thinks the nut's still in my hand. So he just starts trying to eat my hand. And he just chowed down on my hand. And I went, you bastard. And then I was bleeding for 8 hours, blood all over my hands. And I got properly bit by a squirrel. Proper bit.
Are you up to date on your tetanus?
I don't even know what that is, but that's what everyone kept saying as well. And look at this look at that. That's where the squirrel bit me, where it's gone all brown and grey. And it hurts still.
None of this. Look,
Anyway, so this little squirrel bit me. And I couldn't believe it. And I had blood all over my hand, so I went home.
And
literally,
it's sort of a wild rodent. I don't know
the hand that fed him. Do you know what I mean? That's the saying. That is the saying. And
There's
he
the
did it.
punchline.
And anyway, so I was just so offended that I went, I thought I'm never going to feed the squirrel.
This is great. Seriously though, have you had that looked at?
No, mate, I'm fine.
Oh, well, you got bit by a wild rodent.
I
How
got
many
bit,
germs and diseases it can carry?
And now I'm ill, sure. But
I once got bit by a pet rat and like called 111. Admittedly, that's because I sometimes get a bit scared.
okay, I'm not scared. I have so many medical issues.
How many times have you called 111? This is an impromptu question.
No, let's stay on track.
No. How many times have you called 111?
Explain to our American viewers what 111 is.
That's a good point. 111 is the like non-emergency. So we have national healthcare, which is already
just
a place.
explain all of it then.
Well, no, because
start from the beginning.
Anyway, so I called 111.
And you're not sure.
I've called him 3 times in my life.
Only 3? Do you know how many unresolved medical issues I have?
I actually have a couple. I have some lumps in my neck that no one. I had someone look at them and they went, they're probably fine, but come back in 2 weeks if they're not gone. And it's been a year. So
yeah, but you should see my crotch. It looks like a rust base.
That's so niche.
Yeah, but you know exactly what
I know. I know.
You envision it. Yeah.
Anyway, I called 111 because I got bit by my.
That's a clip, by the way.
I got bit by my. Fucking. Let me get my point out. I called 111 once because I got bit by my mate's pet rat. And rats, it turns out, have an anticoagulant in their blood, in their saliva.
What's a coagulant, pal?
So you know how you get like a scab and you stop bleeding? It's because your blood coagulates and goes hard.
That is not a real medical word.
It is, but.
If we really be trusting these doctors if they're saying shit like coagulate. Do you know what I mean?
Look, and then if there's anticoagulant in the saliva of something, it will like stop you from clotting and you'll bleed.
It's probably what the squirrel.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because the rats have it and squirrels are rodents. But anyway, so I got bit by this rat and I had a plaster on for like fucking 8 hours. I took it off and carried on bleeding. I was like, fuck. So I called 111. I'm like, am I good? And they were like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Then one time, I think I had COVID, but I wasn't sure. And I kept feeling like I was
just listed every time you've rang 111.
Yeah, it was only 3. I had COVID really bad and I felt very sick and scared. So I called them and they said, you're probably fine. And the only time they did say go to hospital is because I got very poorly. I had a bad cold and I was taking ibuprofen to heal myself. And I forgot that there's a daily limit. So I took like 4 too many.
Oh, no.
and then ended up on the toilet with like liquid shits.
Oh, stop it. Stop. Because have you...
Oh no, I shit myself first, and then I ended up on the toilet after
eating
pooing in the bed. Me and Eleanor had just gotten together, and I was staying at hers, and I shit in her bed. She's still with me now. I was ill at hers. I got ill at hers, took ill at her house, and I didn't want to go home because I was too ill. So I took these too many ibuprofen, shit myself in her bed.
How did you say that to her?
Because she was in the other room with her, and she had a PA at the time who came to the house sometimes. She was in the other room with her PA. I just shit in her bed. I obviously, now I'm at the toilet. I'm unable to get off the toilet because I'm shitting so much. I just have to text her and go, I'm so sorry. I've shit in the bed. Please don't tell.
And how many... Was this your first night together?
No. We've been together a couple of months. But
still,
we were. I don't think we were at the 6-month mark. I want to say maybe we were like 3 months in or something. I think she might tell me I'm wrong. Maybe we were a year. We've been together so long now. I can't even. God, it just feels like forever.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, that's when I realised that we were forever because I shit in her bed and she didn't mind.
You wrote down Squid and Beast Game, which has got to be the least interesting topic.
No, I've been watching Squid Game.
That's sick.
And because obviously season 2 came out. I'm not through it yet, so this is a spoiler-free discussion.
Yeah.
But I think, because it was so big last time and everyone, like, it became such like, everyone just made memes out of it and everyone was talking about it forever. And then it's been like 3 years. I saw, when it started getting hyped up for season 2, I was like, oh yeah, cool, I'll probably watch it. And I started watching it and I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot this was so big because it was really good.
Really, really good. And the point of it was like basically lost because of the games. Like the first 2 episodes are like amazing when there's like no games.
Yeah,
in both seasons.
It's so strong. It's such a good show. The characters are really well written, and like it's so good. Like especially the first couple episodes of this season were really, really.
The first 2 were so sick.
2 were amazing.
Do you want to hear my Squid Game impression?
Go on. That was a dangerous sentence. I'm glad that was the impression. I'll be honest. I didn't know what that impression was going to be. I got worried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank fuck.
I can if you want.
No.
All right.
No, it's fine. But yeah, no, really, like, really strong show. So that was one thing. I'm like, wow, this show's really great. And I thought about like the fact that Mr. Beast, the whole time they were trying to promote Squid Games, would like be in the replies being like, Beast Game episode 3 out soon as well.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, every time someone would, like, Netflix would tweet about Squid Game, he'd be in the replies being like, Beast Games 2.
He's not chill, is he?
There was no subtlety to it at all. No, it was quite sad. But then I thought, I've not watched Beast Games because that sounds like hell. And all the reviews came in and apparently it's really bad.
I read a Guardian review. My dad linked it to me.
Yeah.
That said, I thought this was horrible. I thought this was awesome. Said, Beast Games is fun in the same way that picking a scab is fun. I was like, Christ.
And I heard
Scathing.
he wanted he's like so adamant that he's like cracked the formula of media. It seems to me.
Because remember, he did that post like, movies aren't good.
Yeah,
all
and I'm
movies
like,
were just quick.
No, you've clocked quick media. You know what quick media is, and well done to you for that. And like, you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to be very successful. But like, I feel like you've not clocked art yet. And what he did is he's like, I want my editing team to have full control of the edit of this show. So they had a show filmed professionally with hundreds, if not thousands, of cameras and all this. And his editing team, not knowing how to use industry standard professional software to edit that many cameras, as you would in TV, as this is, it is a TV show, edited the whole TV show in Premiere Pro. And apparently the editing is just a YouTube video. And I was like, so I didn't bother.
That's kind of wicked.
No,
But
it isn't.
He's edited in Premiere.
It's not. It's just
Imagine how
not.
many times that timeline crashed.
In it. Like, that's what I mean. I'm just like, I imagine that was hell. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, the whole point of Squid Game is not the games. Because the thing is, the games aren't even the bit that are compelling. Because you know full well they're gonna win. It's a show. It's written. They've got plot armor. You know what I mean? Like, the characters are making it through it. It's the journey getting there, and it's the emotions, and it's what you learn through that, and it's the whole message. And it's like Mr. Beast just went, let's get a bunch of poor people and make them do games. Like, it's like I can't believe you know, because of how sensationalized it was, how everyone, like you said, like just lost the point. And I'm so glad that those two things in the complete like Squid Games 2. I keep saying it games because everyone says it's Squid Game. Squid Game 2, fucking like with all the character and soul, comes out the exact same time as Mr. Beast's Squid Game.
What I thought was mad is in Beast Games how it has a subplot where Mr. Bro is trying to figure out who's hosting the Beast Games. And he sneaks into the Beast Games and he wears a mask and he gets all the way. Then Mr. Beast shoots him at the end. That was mad.
Fucking forgot about Mr. Bro.
That was a reference, by the way. That what I essentially did there, for any people who want to know the behind the scenes of that joke, is what I did was I took the plot of Squid Game Season 1 and applied it to Beast Games, but rather than what's the detective character called? Jack. What's his name?
I don't know.
Don't remember. All right.
I remember Gihan. Everyone remembers Gihan.
Yeah.
Oh, and Thanos.
Oh yeah, Thanos is wicked, isn't he?
He's sick. Yeah,
He doesn't
Thanos.
called Thanos. See, you remember Thanos? You fucking. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't exactly call that an English name though. Thanos.
Yeah, it's a fucking name of a god. A purple god.
Yeah. Oh, there's one called Young Me. I've been
Yeah.
remembering that because every time they
The
say Young
crypto
Me, it makes me
YouTuber was
chuckle because in
awesome,
English
wasn't it?
that means like a little version of yourself.
Wasn't the crypto guy awesome? The crypto YouTuber.
Yeah, I've
They're
started,
like one
feeling,
who's like loosely based off Logan Paul.
I've started to feel a little bit bad for
don't
him.
tell me anymore.
No, I've started to feel bad for him.
I
as
know,
well.
and that's how Logan gets you. No, we got to leave.
But
Logan
no
in
more.
that. We got to leave. Logan
No more
in last
Squid
year.
Game because I haven't watched. I'm on like episode 5.
Anyway, but what was I saying? I was making a point about something. Oh yeah, so that Mr. Bro joke, right? It was Squid Game season
Really?
1.
That
And I took
You've got
the
10 minutes of the
I
episode
took
left,
the-
and you're gonna waste
Fine
time.
then, fine.
Oh, this is one of my mad late night things.
Oh, they're all you now. All the next points are you. For God's sake.
Yeah, because you had a week list. I had a great list because I woke up at 7:30 and started
I
writing.
don't have a great list. I woke up at 7:30 and couldn't do nothing.
Well, I got a good one here. This is my favorite. I wrote top 3 best things.
What does that mean?
Well, so I started watching my favorite show of all time, Joe Pera Talks With You again. I finally started watching season 3. I saved it for a rainy day because I found season 1 and 2 at a time I needed them. I needed that calm. And the other day I had a very stressful day and I thought, Joe, because, right, the show got cancelled after season 3. So I've never watched season 3 because I think I've got this fear that if I finish season 3, then I know there'll never be any more.
Well,
And right now in my life, there's still more to see and experience for the first time. So I save it for rainy days. I had a rainy day, so I watched an episode.
Was it really rainy or was it emotionally rainy?
Emotionally rainy, and I watched it. It's all right, man. Hey, mental health is real.
We're only human.
We're only human at the end of the day, not just deities like you all think we are. Anyway, I don't know if I admired us. What? I'm not sure. I think I'm still a bit ill. Anyway, I watched Joe Pera Talks With You, and he did an episode called like Joe Pera shows you his second fridge. And he was speaking about how some people have a second fridge just for like beer and maybe a bit of leftover pizza and stuff. And I was just about to buy a second fridge because our fridge is really full. And I'm like, hey, we could do with another fridge for the drinks.
Sorry, where is this going?
I'm getting there.
All right.
If you just had some patience.
You just take
You need Joe's calm. That's what you need.
I'm very calm as a man.
Doesn't appear that way to me.
Can I just tell you something quickly? My mum started doing this new thing because I was talking about Kanye West's entire past to her for too long. She started doing this new thing where she cuts me off and goes, "What you're doing is not interesting to me," which is rude. But what I realise is I can do it back to her as well. So
It's fun.
I'm gonna do that to you.
We're not there yet because I'm getting to my point.
All right, but you're getting close.
He
to...
spoke about his fridge, and and he spoke about it with such passion, and you could tell he clearly had a lot of love for the fridge. And I thought, what am I like? If I was to make a Joe Pera episode about a thing that I just like a mundane thing, like the first episode is like talks to you about iron, and he just speaks about the history of iron in his state. What would be my top 3 things? And like, I'm not talking big things. I'm not talking
Mundane
like
thing.
you know the fucking what's my favorite thing? Oh, I don't know, mate. Fucking a million quid. I'm talking like mundane, everyday shit. So far I've only landed on one, and it was the warmth of a room that's been sat in the sun. Like when a room gets warm, but not through like the radiator, through when like the sun's been beaming through the windows for a while. It's a different type of warmth and it's comforting. I like that a lot. That's one of my things.
Right, I've got my 3.
That was quick. It took me a while to think of that. You know, I spent like 15 minutes coming up with that one.
Mine would be the walk into a park. It's impossibly important. That's when I take off my headphones and on my favourite parks, that's when you suddenly start hearing all the birds chirping. It's beautiful.
That is nice.
Mine would be a toaster and getting the perfect toast when you get it and it's just brown in the right places and it's amazing. And then mine would be the top bit of a shower when you get the rainfall shower. And when we went to Mexico, me, Freddie and my mum, there was a shower that was a huge rainfall shower. It was amazing. I love showering. Those would be my 3.
That was quick. Those were good things.
Thank you.
I
take this podcast incredibly seriously. I win.
No, I'm done. A sun heated room. That's a nice one. Not too hot though, just warm.
Sitting on the toilet seat after someone's just been on the toilet.
You know what? That's really weird you said that, because when I was thinking of things I could maybe mention, I didn't think just after someone, but a toilet seat that is
Been warmed up for you.
Yeah, it's not too cold.
Yeah.
Like I'm not in the middle of the night. You need to go have a poo, and usually the toilet seat's freezing. Especially at my mum and dad's house for some reason, they got freezing toilet seats.
Drinking water at 4 a.m. when you got a really dry throat.
Oh, that
That's the
ice
best.
cold water in the middle of the night.
Not
Yeah,
even ice cold, just cold enough. That's just the best thing in the world.
yeah.
When you wake up and you go, I'm really thirsty.
That is really
That's
good.
incredible.
When you first play a good record, you put a nice crisp record player on a record
When you see a bee go to a flower.
That's a nice one.
We're impossibly observant and emotionally intelligent boys.
I really like little things. I really think we should focus more on small little things that make us feel joy. The big picture is scary.
Socrates.
The big picture is so scary.
Not for me. Oh, it's a little bit. Sorry. That was my...
Yeah.
I was just trying to be masculine.
Yeah. I'm going to pull forward a quote I was going to say on the Patreon, but I think it's relevant now. And I don't want to elaborate on it. I just want to say it. I wrote this down in my haze.
Is this a quote of you?
Yep. I wrote this down in my sick haze when I was at 6:30 a.m. Trying to find it now. I wrote it down. Oh, yeah, I wrote, why does everyone get so hung up on the sun exploding when something much lamer like bad pork is way more likely to kill you? Everyone's always focused on that big shit. They always think everything's so big and everything's so spectacular. Everyone thinks, oh, one day we're all going to die because the sun's going to explode. Yeah, but that's probably not going to get you. It's probably going to be something stupid and shit that you do every day.
That was really good stuff, man. That was properly like, there's a perspective I've never heard before.
You're taking the piss now. I was sick and ill, and I just wanted to make my little joke about pork.
Oh, okay.
You might get a tapeworm, realistically. That's what you get from bad pork, tapeworms, apparently.
Don't know what that is.
It's a worm that
Don't.
lives in your gut.
No.
Anyway, I was going to say the worst fan question because you put me in a bad mood and I thought about all my stupid fans. Yeah, I love them all to bits, really. But one of
All of them?
No, but one of the things that I always find really difficult is when I'm in an obscure place and I get recognised there. Like when I went back, obviously I went up to Leeds to visit Ellie's family, and we went to one of her school friends' hometowns. I went on a night out there, so I was in a bunch of these really local, really like little pubs. And I went in, and I kept getting recognised, and people kept asking the same question. They kept going, "Why are you here?" And that's really hard to answer, and also comes off really accusatory. Like, why am I not allowed here? Like,
They always say that to me when I go in the wrong bathroom. It's accusatory, isn't it? I mean,
no, but like, I'm just in this pub in the middle of like Yorkshire, and they're like, "Why are you here?" Because I know people nearby, and I'm allowed to go out.
I want to make friends.
I'm a boy just like you.
No, I'm not a boy just like you in this scenario. Mine.
But I just
I feel
let me be.
you. I feel you.
Come
brother.
say hi. Don't be shocked that
Just
I'm
let
there.
me be. Yeah, don't be shocked.
I don't.
Sure, I was waiting.
It gives me a weird feeling when people seem shocked that I'm at a place. It makes me feel like I don't belong.
Come on, let's fist bump on this.
You know,
we should be allowed to go wherever
but then
we
I
want.
did like the special treatment it got me because the owner of the bar noticed this, came over as I was ordering and went, "I own this bar. Whatever you want's on me."
That's wicked.
I thought that's sick.
Do you want to know? This isn't sort of related to that, but a time I got recognised that keeps coming back into my head lately because it's given me an obscure fear of roads, right? Not because of the usual reasons. It was me and you in Mansfield, and it was when I hadn't got recognised much. And we were walking.
my God, I know exactly
me
what
and
you're going
Jack
to
were
say.
walking down the road, and this fucking car like skidded up to us.
Like swerved round
Like
the corner.
swerved, got pulled up, and then went, "Are you Tommy-Innit?" And I thought I was in fucking GTA. It was so odd.
Mansfield is like a GTA lobby, though.
No, but they just like actually and now every time I'm on a road, I'm like, is a car going to pull up next to me? That's only happened to me once, and it was so jarring. It was so odd. But people be crazy in these crazy times.
We do live in crazy times.
And if you're in America and you're struggling, and you're really upset at the moment, just start focusing on the little things.
That's not bad advice.
It's very bad.
No, it isn't. Focus on like the little stuff that's going well, man. Like, I'm not saying ignore your issues, but I'm saying don't stressing unnecessarily and panicking is useless.
Don't panic, says Jack Manifold. It's useless.
It is useless. I'm just saying, man.
You'd be quite the counsellor, wouldn't you?
You just like to take the piss out of my life. You're like Angry Jacksepticeye says like fucking self-help books are bad.
I'm nothing like Angry Jacksepticeye.
You are.
I've never.
I'm trying to
beaten up-
help people. I'm trying to help people help themselves, and you're here shitting on it.
I've never punched through the glass of a coffee counter because my coffee wasn't how I wanted it, Jack. All right? I've never screamed at the top of my lungs, I will burn this establishment to the ground because I didn't like my coffee. I've never done that. Whoopsh.
He does one of those first.
He does that, but to like anyone that gets near him.
Anyone's head. I don't know what this fib we
He
do
does
is.
as well. Right, you've got one, but let's save that for the Patreon because we're already 3 minutes over. Do you know what I mean?
All right, fine. Go
Right.
on.
I have became, and this could practically be a segment now, obsessed with a new artist. Oh my God.
Oh,
have I
one of your
became
human
obsessed.
obsessed. Tom
I
gets
became
really, really
obsessed
into people
with a human.
in a weird way.
Not in a weird way, in a cool way. In a way that other people are into things. I'm into humans because I connect more with people, right? Right.
All right, Mr. Feelings, carry on.
My mum made me listen to their album, and oh my God,
Who is it?
did it touch my soul? God, is this gonna? Oh my God! Now,
Who is it?
their birth name is Kaylee Rose Amstutz, but you may know her.
Is this just
That's
Chapel,
Chapel
Roan?
Roan.
Yeah.
Oh my days, man! You have no
You're
idea.
never going to beat me on Chapel. Right.
Yes, I am.
Ellie has been a fan of Chapel Roan since we got together. That was nearly 3 years ago. She's only been big for like maybe a year.
Hang on.
Ellie was on that early hype train.
Yes, I know, but I like Chapel Roan because I love her music and I love her album. But
It's a great album.
it's her story. Yeah, I bet Ellie doesn't know about her full story.
She will. I don't. She will.
Exactly, you don't. So why are you making it into a competition? ADHD, annoying.
That's actually what the A stands for.
Yeah. The D stands for dickhead, and the H stands for hairy, and the D stands for dickhead again. I'm going to keep your mind.
Annoying, hairy, annoying, hairy dickhead. Hairy.
Annoying. No, because that's HADD.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Anyway, you don't have to
Annoying
make it into,
dickhead,
you don't have
hairy.
to make it into a competition.
Annoying dickhead, hairy dickhead.
Do you know what I mean? You don't have to make it into a competition. I could just like Chapel Roan.
Sounds like a TV show.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, my girlfriend likes her more. Of course she does. She's a girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone
Yeah,
likes
but the
Chapel
thing
Roan.
is, I just feel like you're going to tell me a bunch of shit I've already heard because Ellie would have told me all of this.
No,
before.
I'm not. I'm not.
What
You
are you
gotta
going to tell me
fucking
new about
believe in
Chapel
me.
Roan, mate? Because she's great. She is great.
No, and you don't even know why I connect with her personally, and it would
Why do you
inspire
connect with
you.
her personally, man?
No, shut the hell up.
Are you also a small town girl from Tennessee?
Pretty much. Shut the hell up, man. You have no idea. You don't know nothing about me. All right? I was going to tell this story, and you were going to connect with it so hard.
Yeah.
But just because you said that
Have you
stupid
binged her
thing-
old TikToks from before she was famous?
No, I'm not. I don't do stupid, boring stuff like Eleanor. I read the real soulful thing.
Oi, whoa,
Alright.
whoa.
It's
Mind
all right.
yourself.
I'm already invited to a birthday party, so this will come out before that, so she can't uninvite me.
She can't.
I've
It'll
used-
come out before it. You're uninvited. I'm doing it now. I'm here.
Don't you dare uninvite me.
I've got administrative privileges.
Fine, I'll just sit home and play PUBG. I'd have more fun anyway. 'Cause I
Would you?
love
Would you
PUBG.
really?
Yeah, I would with Erin. I like
Aaron's
Erin.
going to the party.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I haven't invited him, but I can.
Erin will say no if he knows I'm on PUBG. We could get a win. There's going to be
Really?
0 wins at your party, only alcohol.
I'll win.
How will you win?
I'll win the love of my lover. Once more. As I do every
great.
day. Every morning when I wake up, I've won.
Oh, great. Well, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll win PUBG, so...
Done that before, mate. Got plenty of chicken dinners, me.
Yeah, probably in bot lobbies. Why are we... Okay, anyway. But I'm into Chapel Roan, and just accept that for once in my life.
It's all right. Yeah, it's cool.
No, for fuck's sake, you're meant to be the whole point of this podcast relies on your inquisitivity and curiosity.
I'm sure you and all the other teenage girls are really, really cool.
Shut the hell up, it's other 20-year-olds, all the other lesbians, man. I'm not
you
one.
get them.
No, because I'm really... Do you know what I mean? The instinct is there. Jack, you have to be curious about this.
I've always been told I have the music taste of a lesbian.
Oh, shut the fuck up, man. I have. So I was a bit aggressive. I'm sorry, but you really, because I made fun of you for so long, you're doing it back to me, and I hate it. I just hate it. It's wrong. You can take
Girl
it,
in
man.
Red, Blonde Shell, Faye Webster, Chapel Roan. I mean, I'm there, you know?
No, but I want you to be curious about her story, and I was going to tell you, and you'd find it. You do that noise you go when I'm saying something.
All right, tell me a story.
When I'm saying
quickly.
something interesting, but also career provoking.
Give me the rundown of a story then.
Yeah,
Just do it then.
I'll do it, and why it's so important on the Patreon.
Oh!
Oh,
The hard sell. Give us your money now.
We love money.
If you want to hear a bunch of
Hear
facts
that.
you could Google, but from TommyInnit's mouth,
And why it applies to TommyInnit at this moment in time in a way it probably doesn't.
give us £5.
Five. Give us £5. It's the saddest.
Or $7. So,
$7. Yeah. All right.
US dollars, that is not Australian.
I'm going to move over to
Patreon.
Patreon. I'm already 1 hour 7 minutes. 1 hour 8 minutes over. Do you know that's an extra 8 minutes you got for free, you lucky bastards.
Yeah.
Or this it'd probably be cut down, so it'll probably just be about an hour. But otherwise, it would have been about 56 minutes, so you would have lost out on 4 minutes.
Christ alive, let's just check on the
Right.
time and get there.
Oh, the sodding worm.
Yeah, don't just, it's a new year, but we've not left the worm in 2024. He's coming with us to
Can
2025.
we bin off this worm? He's at the top. I can see him at the top.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So he is, he's just there.
He's poking his little head out. You should give
Wait,
him a
is it?
little. You should give him a tickle. I like when people do that to me.
No, they're never at the top, are they? They're always in the soil. Wonder why that is. Someone who knows more about worms, comment that in the comments. Why do they never want to come to the top?
They could just be lying in the comments. How will we know they're a worm expert?
No, there's worm experts.
They could just be lying.
We're the only podcast that has a worm, I think. So they're probably all watching
stupid
this.
Jacksepticeye. Do you remember when he dashed the worm at the wall and we all had to scrape together all of the
We actually
worm
had to
bits?
get a second worm because it just became a bloody pulp. Anyway, this one's fine though.
Right then, thank
doing
you
well.
so much for watching. We're going to move over to the Patreon now. Appreciate your loyalty. I hope you had a good time listening to this on the way to school, my awesome young fans. And let's call it a day
All
there.
work, you
We're
fucking
moving to the
weirdo.
Patreon now with our Patreon noise. Patreon.